All right. So I think we're good to go here. I'm just gonna move a window around. But that's not working. Sorry, I've got one fewer monitor right now than I've been working with in the past. So I've got a little bit of a mess to get through here. But here we go. I think we're good now. I'm trying to get the Twitch chat and the YouTube chat and also OBS up on the other monitor, and I think I found it. I think we're good. So anyways, hello there everyone, and welcome to Corey Loses for our first stream in a while. I think this is our first stream of July. I've been, like I said, before I moved, I was moving, and so I wasn't able to stream. That week I was planning on streaming right away after I got moved in, but then it was just super hot and some other stuff came up. So we're back now. Hopefully we'll be streaming more than we were before I moved. So 4 or 5 times a week, maybe even more. I definitely want to get back into streaming a lot on both Twitch and YouTube. I'll figure out exactly how that's going to work and update everyone about it. But what we're doing right now is our first community match in a while too. We're going to be playing some Imperial Civil War 2.2.5 in some space skirmish. We will be getting to land skirmish in 2.3 when we start improving the game mode a little bit more. But I mean, you can't say I was wrong, Kumar.
I feel old now. I subbed on first day I could.
Hey, Rusty, thanks for the sub. But yeah, so I'm going to get the first game up. The way this works, for those of you who may be new to the community matches, is I basically host the game. It's first come, first serve. So if you're watching the online lobby, it does unfortunately need to be the Steam version of the game because that's the only one with multiplayer enabled, and it also has to be the Steam Workshop copy of the mod. But also, we are streaming on both Twitch and YouTube, like I mentioned, so whichever platform you prefer, there should be a link on the YouTube channel to the Twitch channel, and if you are at the Twitch channel, I think most of you guys know the YouTube channel as well. It's harder to put links in on Twitch, but anyways, we're going to get into it. We're going to get into our first game here. I'm going to play... I kind of want to play the Empire of the Hand for our first match, and I'm going to go to Frozen Waste. Just to start... Actually, we'll try a 3-on-3 to start off. Probably a horrible idea. We'll see how this internet is. So, hopefully my internet will be a little bit better. It's... Before, I was running off of USB dongle on a really bad Wi-Fi network that was on a really bad cable network, so not the best, but my connection here should be better, which will hopefully mean the game has fewer chances for failure. It's still Empire at War Online. It will still have problems. I'm sure this first one will desync because there's going to be 6 people, but we'll do what we can. Channel is one of the most overrated channels on YouTube. Oh, thank you, Blue Game. No fiber. No. So fiber, that's expensive. I'm still like below poverty line here. This should work. Thoughts on the new Clone Wars series? I still need to watch the rest of the seasons that are already... Is this season 6 or 7 that's going to be coming out? I think I've only watched seasons 1 through 3. So I don't know exactly what they left off with. I don't know... Like, I know roughly what happened afterwards, but I'm not sure what I'm expecting with it, so I'm really not the best person to ask with it. Maybe I'll watch through all of what's there and then do a video talking about where I think they'll go with it. But considering I didn't do a video for TLJ or Solo, it would be kind of a weird thing to start now. I'm going to hopefully be able to do one for episode 9. But alright, let's check out... I doubt it's 0 ping. Okay, that's better than 300. Ghosts FPS are not great. Oh, that's a little bit higher. Yeah, this is laggy.
Instructions received. Engines activated.
We might have to start putting some sort of FPS limitation on it, just because otherwise it really won't be stable, especially if it's going to be this laggy at the start. Yeah, that's not fantastic.
Orders, sir. Location plotted. Ready for action.
I might have to rehost. We'll see if it smooths out a bit.
Vehicle in production.
My favorite Star Wars book? With the just talking about Legends, then I'd probably say
Unit in production.
Ready for command, sir.
Either Outbound Flight or
Engines primed.
Constructing.
Spectre: The Past and Vision of the Future, maybe?
TIE squadrons.
But probably Outbound Flight. And honestly, the new Thrawn book, the one that came out
Deploying
last year, the year before, whichever it was,
Reinforcements.
I'd probably say that is one of my favorites overall.
Cancelled.
Right away, sir.
Because Timothy Zahn is my favorite Star Wars author, and he's just better at what he does now than he was. Like, there's a lot of problems that I have with the original Thrawn trilogy, and Thrawn as a character when he started, that I feel like got smoothed out in his appearances in like Outbound Flight and in the new Thrawn book.
Journey-class frigate here.
Okay. I don't think I've actually played Empire of the Hand in 2 point, like, ever since the VO were added.
moving out.
I know there was a thing with one of the VO where they say another one down too much, something like that,
Heading out.
which was supposed to be changed before release, but then I think we just missed it.
At your command.
Isaiah, basically it's open to anyone, so whomever
Constructing unit.
Roger that.
whomever wants to can join.
Your reinforcements.
We seem to have a few people waiting, so we'll probably make it so that as long as a game finishes normally or goes through a reasonable amount of time, we're going to say like only one game in a row for people, and try to fill it up that way. Just so that as many people as possible get a chance.
Receiving message.
What is the allegiance available for the Remnant in GC? I don't remember offhand, honestly. The manual should tell you.
Fire at will.
Decoding transmission.
That's the nice thing about the manual.
Journey-class frigate here.
I don't have to try to remember stuff. You ever think you'll do more videos with Tim? Maybe.
Commence.
Tim is most, like, he doesn't really do Empire at War at all. And that's a lot of what I do. So there's not as many opportunities there. And because he's mostly been doing like single player stuff for the last
Vigilance
little
standing
while,
by.
except for the
Got them in my sights.
They will perish.
except for his podcast. So I mean, I'd always be happy to do some more stuff with him and those guys, but
Warlord class gunship here, sir.
just depends what opportunities come up.
Choose your reinforcements.
Acknowledge, sir.
Be frank. Favorite lightsaber, fan created lightsaber designs? I honestly don't know of that many, so hard to say.
Head full. We stand ready. take out their heavy weapon battery.
I mean, my favorite in-universe lightsaber is probably Dooku's, the
Awaiting
like
your
curved
orders.
fencing style lightsaber stuff.
Copy.
Really like that one. So that'll be my answer, even though it's kind of a cop-out. I'm gonna get rid of that. And I can get another warlord soon? Yeah, I'll probably do that.
At your beck and call. Cripple their defenses.
Holding fire for maximum effect.
Unit in
I
production.
copy. Station ready.
How are you? I'm good. How is everyone else? I'm mostly just trying to get back into life in Ottawa. So I've started seeing some of my friends that I hadn't seen in like 2 years. So that's nice. A lot of walking around.
Warlord class gunship
I went on like a 3-hour walk today between a bunch of grocery stores because I don't really have that many groceries right now. And that's about been my day and my week. I've been trying to go out for at least a couple hours every day because one of the things I really didn't like very much about being in Niagara was just how few places I could actually go. So
Space station is under attack.
it's just nice to be able to get out, be outside for a bit. Yes, this is nice. I'll be playing a bunch. See you, Gecko. Thanks for coming out.
Choose your reinforcements.
I'm gonna get my
Reinforcements
battle dragon
en
in
route.
here. I think this is the only one that we're really in danger of losing.
Awaiting your orders.
Any instructions, Admiral Corey? Kill them all. Okay, there we go. I think we're good down here.
Receiving message.
They're starting to get some of our mines over there, but...
Constructing
You know what, I'm the closest. I'm gonna just get that.
Tech upgrade in progress.
I am not playing Pokemon Go, no. I never really got into that at all. Alright, I'm gonna start going up a bit more. I think I got the app when there was like a week or so before it was available in Canada, when I think it was available in Europe or something, and I played a little bit there because a bunch of my coworkers were.
Transmission.
This would have been, I think this was when I was working at the census, so on lunch, which, I mean, technically our lunch was at like 7 p.m., so at dinner. One of my coworkers just was like talking about it a lot, so I just got it. And then played very, very little. Games am I playing other than Empire at War currently? Well, we've got the RimWorld series, we got Fire Red going on, Stellaris. Basically, you guys see a lot of what I end up playing. It's just
Ready for action.
probably League is like the only thing that I don't
Unit in
show on the channel that I generally fairly regularly play.
At your beck and call.
We'll need to... I'm going to go more north with the rest of my ships. I think they're going to be able to cover this pretty well.
Our lasers are gone.
What stuff will the corporate sector have? We'll actually have a news post for them
Heavy weapon battery.
soonish.
Targeting at maximum
So
firepower.
we'll announce basically all their stuff at once, like we do with the other factions. But yeah, so that'll all come up in its own video/news post.
Yes, sir. Yes, Commander.
We had 3 of their heroes in the picture I posted yesterday, so that's a
Warlord
thing.
class gunship here, sir.
You get my message on mod database? I don't know. I haven't checked mod database in the last. I haven't checked my messages on mod database in the last couple days.
Ready.
Our space station is under attack.
Commencing attack run.
We stand ready. All batteries fire when ready.
The frames.
Target lock. Getting a lock.
Want to play any other games that you have for your channel? I mean, there's a few. I'd like to play a bit more Total War than I have. So that's definitely something that I'd like to be on the channel in some form. Which is just kind of hard to slot it in.
Station ready.
Because they tend to be really long series, and they also don't tend to get as many views. I'm going to just have to get that, because it's... we have some extra money. It'd be nice if we could actually afford Thrawn. But, yeah, so Total War would be nice.
At your beck and call.
Other than that, like, I definitely want to get some Skyrim mods, because there's Enderall and what's it called, like Lost City or something.
Cripple their defense.
There's one mystery thingy, but no, there aren't any buildable mana units. Yeah, I can finally finish tech level 3.
Orbital command available.
Tech upgrade complete.
The mine should get back soon. Thing's actually pretty decent. Better than the 400 it was. I've been having trouble downloading using both your mods and other mods in Empire War. I've tried everything from custom path to fresh installs. If you could post in the tech support section of the forums and just explain exactly what's going on, then I can try to help. Because generally I need a bit more information than can be given during a stream. But yeah, so the thrawnrevenge.com forums, if you just post in there, guests can post. So there's that. Have you ever thought about playing Space Engineers? I have. It's possible that it'll come up in the future. I don't know what I'm doing, and it's there's a lot of much better people at it out there than me. So I don't know how much I'd be adding by starting to do videos on that. But now that I have a computer that can actually run it, maybe I'll try looking through it a little bit.
TIE squadron here. At your command.
Do I have...
TIEs
yes.
reporting in. Let's move out.
Well, that sucks.
Let's go.
Okay, I'm gonna start moving...
Keep going. Changing course to intercept.
I guess I'll try to help in here.
Warlord class gunship here,
Choose your
sir.
reinforcements.
Already on it.
You thought about playing Star Wars Galaxies, one of the many private servers? Kalo was really into Galaxies, one of the devs for TR, and he's super excited about the Legends stuff, or yeah, whatever it is. So I might end up playing that with him. So that's actually a possible thing that could happen, especially with I am gonna be trying to stream more, and that'll have a bit more variety in what we're doing. So that kind of stuff could end up being more streamed than anything.
Holding fire for maximum effect.
Uh-oh. We're good.
Receiving message. Decoding transmission.
Hypervelocity gun available.
Hypervelocity cannon firing.
Okay, we're actually taking out the mines in there. Is the gun actually going to fire? Which does it fire from this planet over here?
Space station.
I'm never sure on this map. Like, there's no way to really know which one it's going to fire from. I don't think we can actually specify that, which is kind of annoying. Cisco just the Vengeance weapon set in the mod is the same as the Executor, yeah.
Regroup for another attack.
We stand ready.
They're coming in quick.
Thanks, Father of Meat. Meme. Why did I say Father of Meat?
Intercepting.
Notice that all the games you host lag a lot, so if you want to just... it's not... You can see the frame rate and the ping for everyone. You can see that Surfer and Ghost frames are generally below 10, and that's where the lag is coming from.
Ready for action.
My hosting would be more of an impact on the ping, and my connection's much better now than it used to be. This is the first one I've hosted in my new apartment.
Commander, they're hitting us. I'm losing.
You can see it's a Ghost connection that keeps dropping like that.
Station ready.
At your beck and call. Cripple their defenses.
I want to jump ahead of things. When you agree that currently Zin seems to be lacking in content behind other factions, is it possible for him to be next on the update schedule? I don't think Zinj will be the next one we focus on. He does tend to have less than the other factions, but with some of the other ones, there's more opportunities for stuff that we want to do that has a bit more story impact. Whereas Zinj, well, we'd like to give him more stuff. There's another stuff we want to do first. So, like the Hapens, right now we're doing Arido because there was a lot of stuff that we were working on for them that got cut from 2.2 specifically. Whereas in the next version we're going to be focusing on the Hapens. After that there's something else we're going to be focusing on, so I don't know that Zinj will get a huge expansion for a while. He'll probably get one or two things in that time, but I don't know that we'll really have a release focusing on him for a while. But yeah, the Asserter super laser thing, that was part of, like, Fractal was designed for it, but it wasn't included when the ship got put into Legends, or yeah, put into Legends, I don't think. So we wouldn't have that. Didn't he intend that for the Bellator as well? This is getting next to unplayable, so I might, next time that happens, I might just have to end the game and rehost. Because Ghost connection and FPS are quite low.
ready. I'm on them. Coming about. By the Ascendancy's honor. All batteries fire.
Reinforcements.
It's not your fault, it's just
Engaging threat.
a bit harder to play like this. What program do I use to make models? I use 3ds Max. There are some people on the team that use... There's a mix of people on the team who use 3ds Max, Maya, or Blender. All of them have their strengths. Blender's free, so that helps. The only one that you can actually export models to Empire at War currently is 3ds Max 6, 7, 8, or 9. None of us use that to actually model, it's just to rig. But there is someone working on a Blender plugin for Empire at War to import and export models. So once that's done, it'll be really nice because right now to rig for EAW, I have to run a virtual machine of Windows, and then
Receiving message.
it's not fun, basically. So I have to run the virtual machine, I have to run 3ds Max within that virtual machine, and I have to transfer the files over to that one, rig it, and then transfer it back. It's super stupid, and I hate it.
Excellent shot. Constructing unit.
Draw their fire.
Yeah, the proton beam, or the
Decoding transmission.
SPHAT beam will be present in some ways, but it won't be on every vendor, and it won't be there all the time.
Heavy assault.
Not every vendor will be open circle fleet either,
Targeting
which seems to be
and
typically how
firepower.
EAW mods use it, for reasons.
Get behind them.
Use 3ds Max for living. How exactly are you reporting? So there are student versions available for 3ds Max and Maya with the new versions.
Enemies in range.
So they are technically free to use for students.
Our space station is under attack.
Ready for action.
Star cruiser here. Heavy assault cruiser ready. Coming about.
Choose your reinforcements.
Moving out.
I think the renewal of Clone Wars is a positive sign. Well, for it might bring a bit more interest to Clone Wars mods within Empire at War, but I don't know that it'll really have any impact on KOTOR or EAW in other ways.
Shot Star Destroyer at the ready.
Coming around.
Okay. Open Circle Fleet work like the Crimson Command victories? No. So we're not going to be making like Open Circle Fleet or different clone battalions, different units like that, because that's never really made sense to me. Because they're not like they're just
For maximum
that battalion. They're not really a special thing. So we're mostly having more passive ways to include that kind of stuff. So for example, one of the things that we brought up as a possible way for the Open Circle Fleet to work is that if Anakin is the commanding officer of a fleet, or Anakin or Obi-Wan, then the other vendors in the fleet will have the insignia, but if Anakin and Obi-Wan aren't there, then they won't. Same thing with some of the stuff with clones. They'll sort of have all the meshes in one from a technical standpoint, and then depending on who's there, who's the most senior commander there, then the clones would take whichever appearance would typically be associated with the commander there.
Coming back around for another run.
Raid fleets occur more in 2.3. It's going in the space battle 1v1. So it wouldn't be. I don't think we're ever going to put the raid fleets above 15%, but there are other in-battle events that we want to do in addition to raid fleets. Just kind of stuff to make it a bit more interesting. And we also want to work in different ways for them to have more of an effect, because as it is, it's just like raid fleets there or it's not, and then it doesn't really matter. It just helps in the battle or it doesn't. And a lot of the times people will just retreat if it's going to happen, or hide from it, or try to take advantage of it. We want to have different ways for them to impact the game. So that's one of the goals with that. But
Commander, they're hitting us.
just curious, have you seen the cannon ship? You mean the CI or the Covenant ship? I've seen. It looks super weird to me, and the funniest thing to me is just like one of the most common things people say about the Empire of the Hand stuff that I've designed. Is like it all looks like dicks. So like the Phalanx, the Syndic, and the Carriac and everything. Just like the engine pod design, all with a slimmer body, slimmer profile instead of making it a pizza slice. Wait, I did that. But then you have this, which just looks 10 times more phallic than anything I've ever designed. So I feel slightly vindicated by it. I don't hate it. Like, it's a decent design. It's just very different from a lot of the stuff you've seen before. When was the last time you streamed? End of June? 3 or 4 weeks ago? Because I don't think I streamed in the week coming up to me moving either.
Locking on.
By the Ascendancy's honor.
One of the downsides to how I have my monitor set up is just that
Heavy assault cruiser
I can't see
drive engage.
above the... I can't see half the chat. So I can only see like the first 5 or 6 messages.
Our lasers are down. Receiving message. Enemies in range. Decoding transmission.
How long will I be streaming for? I'm not sure. At least another hour, I think. How's progress for Fall of the Republic going? There's been some more coding done. Slorny has been working on the galactic map, so rearranging some planets in ICW and in Fall of the Republic, getting the Fall of the Republic planets coded in. So that should start becoming a thing. I'll be able to start setting up Galactic Conquest. This weekend, I'd like to code in more of the heroes for stuff we already have. Kalo finished the Persuader class Enforcer tank, which is the snail droid. He did the model for that last night. That got finished. Thanks, Numi. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, but thank you for subbing. I've seen your name a lot. I just don't know how to say it, so I apologize for that.
Station under attack.
But yeah, so Fall of the Republic's going all right. You'll probably start seeing a little bit more of that coming up soon. Always wondered if the quad cannons of the Bellator do more damage than the Executor. No. So we actually have a spreadsheet with all the damage being done by a ship, all the hard points and shields and everything. So they tend to be arranged in a pretty decent way. Not perfect, but nothing is.
All batteries fire.
You heard of Eckhart's Ladder? He's a fellow Star Wars fan who enjoys space battles. He even made a video on Rebel Starfighter. Yeah, so I talk to Eckhart pretty regularly, actually.
Orbital command available.
He does some streaming of some TR stuff.
Target. At your
He's
command.
asked me a few questions about it.
Target locked.
And so, yeah, I watch some of his stuff. I'm usually there when he's streaming TR for at least a bit. Or even Republic at War.
The laser cannons.
Can you tell us anything new about the ground changes for 2.3?
Our target.
Not really beyond what I've already mentioned in videos, but I guess the cliff notes of some of what I've talked about there is that we're still smoothing out some of the hardpoint stuff for units, which was some of it was pushed unintentionally with 2.2, which is why there's been some issues with turrets firing, like the AA stuff. But that's getting finished off. I'm going to be starting to work on some unit scale stuff a bit more soon. We'll work on getting the finishing off like the weapons and stuff. Then we're going to work on getting the balancing done. So all the unit interactions are going to be most of what we're working on for 2.3. And then after that,
Loading transmission.
with 2.4 and subsequent versions, it'll be more more functional changes to how ground combat works overall. So they're going to be a bit more experimental. So we don't know 100% for sure if what we want to do will work. We think it should work in theory at least, but how it actually ends up feeling in game is going to take a little bit more testing and a little bit more polishing off. So we don't want to say too much about it, but we want ground battles to be a little bit more skirmishy. So allow a little bit more use of units, a little bit more use of capture points, that kind of thing. Because right now it's basically just send your lump of units at the other lump of units, which is how space battles work, but space battles are a bit more contained. They don't have the same tedium, and the ground units don't really lend themselves to that quite as well. So we want to do some stuff to address that. And then there's also going to be... There's some features that we've talked about, which we'd like to do to make them not skippable, but some of the more pointless ones to have ways to take the planets that don't just involve that. So we can make the ground battles that you actually do feel a bit more important and be a bit more fun. But the downside with that is that if you make them feel like they have too much going on, then it'll just be a slog. So we want to put some of those changes in, but also put in some other changes so that they're not as common as a result. So we're hopeful that we can get into a place where ground battles, you can still get some good big ground battles that feel a bit more impactful, but not feel like they're dragging the game down.
Nowhere to run.
See Tobias. Thanks for coming out.
I'm losing.
Will Father Republic include the new G series? No.
I got it.
Alright, this is basically GG. So I think I'm gonna just call the game here. We're not gonna win, and it's just gonna be a little bit laggy finishing out here. So I will say that we'll start off and we'll say that next game we'll try to get all new people in. We'll see if because I want to make sure we can get as many people in as possible. If it takes more than like 2 or 3 minutes and the game's not full, then anyone who's currently in this game can feel free to jump in. I would ask that if the people try to just come in if they only have more than like 20 frames on average, just so that for one thing the game doesn't lag, but it can also be a little bit more stable. That's not a hard and fast rule, but just the better the performance is, I think the better games will go, less chance of crashing and that kind of stuff. But anyways, thanks for playing this first round. I am going to end it here because it looks like we're just going to slowly get our base destroyed. So I'm just going to exit to the menu. That might crash people's games, but I don't know. When you finally fix the MPGC for the NR, they're still missing there. So basically, all the multiplayer units are the skirmish units. We had to do a lot of shit to just get it to work in baseline. So any additional changes on top of that will take a lot more development to get multiplayer GC into a more fun state. All the work we did was just to make it work at all. So there hasn't been much adjustment within that. And as far as units, generally, that I don't know that I agree that they're weaker like that, but... When you saw solo because in your opinion would the ATDT be perfect for muttered? So actually I haven't seen it yet, but nothing in it would be possible for the mod, because that's all Disney canon. Which again isn't a comment on the quality of that, it's just not the mod is Legends. Alright, so I'm going to do Empire this game. And we'll be on Core World. Since the game didn't crash, I'm going to... Alright, looks like we're full. I want to change the text for that, because it says kicking player, or you have been kicked, which is not accurate. And I just feel bad whenever I see that message, because like, you're not being kicked, it's just the game's full. Talking about ground battles, do you think that bunkers should still be a thing? They seem to not impact the game dynamic positively and make battles more passive. I think the problem with bunkers, or the problem posed by bunkers, is more that when they're as spread out as they are and when the AI works how it does, the AI just wants to run to random bunkers and jump in them, and that's the annoying part. They're not putting their forces anywhere they're actually going to help. It's just like hiding them in stupid places. So Bob has actually changed that behavior. So they shouldn't actually do that. So hopefully that will make things a little bit better, where they will ideally not run past all your forts. Like, I don't know, for anyone who's been watching the Arido Authority playthrough, there was the battle on... I don't know which planet it was, but it was the Carida map. So the one with like... you start in the bottom right, and then there's the way you can go off to the left that has nothing to it, and then you go up to the north, and you can go across the island into the base. But our units were getting attacked by their vehicles, and the infantry looked like they were coming to, I thought, to help their vehicles, and the infantry just walked past and into a bunker, when they could have probably destroyed my AT-AT with that. Is Pock still okay considering Germany exited the World Cup in last place? I have no idea if he cares about football. I think he was in like some sort of table tennis league or something, but I don't know what his sports interest is beyond that. But it's also, I don't think it's possible for me to care less about the World Cup. So I also wouldn't have just asked him if...
Orbital command available.
Vehicle in production.
I guess that makes me a bad friend.
Course set. Interceptor squad reporting. Orders, sir. Instructions received. Ready for command, sir. Engines activated.
Lancer frigate reporting.
Lancer frigate reporting. Need to work on my Bob impression. Alright.
Squadron standing by. Location plotted.
Choose your reinforcements.
Location confirmed.
At your command. Receiving message.
Receiving message. I guess I'll just go for that.
In production. Unit cancelled.
Vehicle in production.
I guess they're playing an R, so it wouldn't hurt to have a Carrick or something.
Building under construction.
Copy.
Ready for battle. Ion engines primed.
Okay, looks like they're all going mid.
Choose your reinforcements.
Go after them.
Yes, Commander. Fall out.
Regroup.
Nowhere to go.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. See how it works out for him.
Roger that. Deploying squadron.
Cruiser online.
Choose your reinforcements.
Let's go.
Construction complete.
Navigating.
Frigate here. This way.
Form up. Right away.
Building under construction.
Lancer frigate reporting.
Ready for action.
What do I want to do?
We're being
I don't know.
targeted.
Sir,
Construction complete.
I've got him. Losing control. Cruiser here. Attacking.
Copy. Enemies in range.
Alright, looks like we're gonna need a couple more Lancers.
Yes, Commander. Location confirmed. Fall out.
All power to the engine.
Attack formation.
Frigate here. Commence attack.
Reporting in.
Regroup for another attack.
Frequency open. Lancer frigate reporting. Attack that target.
Choose your reinforcement.
Taking fire.
Let's go.
Reinforcement available.
Orbital command available.
I'm gonna go with a Dreadnought next. How many think you'll be doing community matches? Well, I'm probably gonna be doing them like once a week.
Our lasers have been destroyed.
Fire at will. Copy.
They won't necessarily always be TR or Empire at War. If we can do one of them every month as a Ascendancy match or something,
Primary engine system is down.
that'll be good, and maybe even some other EAW mods or something in some cases, but
Frequency open.
Out of formation. At your command.
Vehicle in production.
Lancer frigate reporting. Copy. Fire. Yes, Commander. Enemies in range. Commence attack. Frigate here. Attack that target. Dreadnought
Space
cruiser
station
ready.
damaged.
alright, well at least we've got that side.
Choose your reinforcements.
Maybe an interdictor would be a good idea.
Moving.
Receiving message.
Yeah, I'll
Unit
do that.
in production.
Decoding transmission.
Lancer frigate reporting.
Yeah, Sturt.
Location confirmed. Dreadnought cruiser ready.
No, there wasn't an area I could really jump it in, and they would have gotten him annihilated by the bombers right away.
Heavy cruiser standing by.
Choose your
I wanted this
reinforcements.
first.
Reinforcements cancelled.
We're on the move.
How's my move been so far? Have you settled in? Yeah, so I'm actually living in
Your orders.
the apartment complex I lived in. There's a few buildings, and I used to be living in another one of the buildings, so it's pretty familiar right now. My roommate isn't here yet, so I'm living here on my own, which is nice. My old apartment when I lived here last time was just one apartment or one room. I only lived there alone, so it'll be a bit weirder once he moves in.
We're on the move.
And the ideal long-term thing would be that if not at some point in the future
In production.
when we're both making more money,
Upgrade.
if I'm still doing this, I'd like to keep this apartment,
Yes.
keep both rooms, and then have what will be his room as an office, so then I can just
Lancer frigate reporting.
move my desk into that room, have it as a spare room for
Commander.
if like family comes to visit and stuff.
Weapons ready.
That's my
Interdictor field engaged.
Frigate here. Enemies in
that's
range.
my ideal situation. The Republic be able to get AT-ATs in late game? Not at first. This is going to be AT-ATEs, and because we'd have to make the prototype type that was being used at like Jabim and stuff, because the Imperial style wasn't being used yet. So that'd come significantly later once we have time to do other assets.
Navigating to coordinate.
Do the defenders actually do much? They seem to be the lowest quality in our fighter. They're actually a little bit better after the balance changes. They're still meant to be like a cheap thing for the New Republic that fits onto ships, like smaller ships in larger groups. So they're never going to be fantastic, but I feel like they should be a little bit more useful now. Because the fighter balance changes are one of the things that I was working on recently.
Orbital command available.
They're actually going to have access to the fighters, or to the heroes, because they have the middle.
Draw their fire. Weapons ready, sir. Batteries online.
Heavy cruiser standing by.
We have an art room like Thrawn? Probably not.
Firing turbo releases.
Roger that.
And it's kind of weird, like, I really, don't get me wrong, job is awesome, and I really hope that I'm able to do this as a longer term thing. It's just been really weird for me for the last, like, year and a half that where I work is, like, 3 feet away from my bed. So I spend, like, all night sleeping in here. Then I get up, leave the room for, like, food and shower and bathroom and stuff, or if I go out. But other than that, I'm just in here when I'm working. Then when I'm done working, I want to be on my computer generally, so I'm still in here.
The ion cannons are our primary target. At your command.
Closing on target.
Upgrade in progress.
So it'd just be nice to have a little bit more of a separation with that.
At your command.
Hypervelocity cannon firing.
Deactivated.
Target critical.
All fire on those ion cannons. Ready for battle.
Pursuing enemy forces.
Our launch bay has been destroyed.
I might send a Lancer over there to help them.
Use your reinforcements.
They seem to have a little bit more of a problem going on, but I just want to make sure we've got this side locked down
Receiving
too.
message.
Constructing unit.
I got him.
Yeah.
Unit in production.
Build up a couple Lancers.
My scopes are jammed.
Reporting in. Star Destroyer standing by.
Okay, they have a World Devastator over there. That's probably a little bit better for them, so we're good. Then it's just the middle we got to worry about.
Engaging the enemy. I'm on this one.
Warm up.
Still actually getting some use out of that interdictor. I'm surprised it lasted that long at the front.
Star Destroyer
This
reporting
heads your
in.
direction.
Take out the ion cannon. Ready for duty. Decoding transmission. They've destroyed our ion cannon. Engaging the enemy. We've lost our turbo lasers.
Hypervelocity gun available.
Our shields are down.
Okay.
Ready for
I
action.
feel like that kind of sucks, because I think when you do that, the HV gun, when the timer's done, it doesn't actually go through. Are they... All the fighters over here aren't going to help.
Awaiting.
I mean, they'll help them, but not us. I care more about us.
We've got them on scopes.
Ion cannon firing.
Which one's that going to hit? The
Cannons disabled.
World Dev?
Awaiting your orders.
I copy.
I've got him.
I don't think the
Awaiting your
Clone Wars season will really have that much that
ready for
is new as far as like new ideas that have been developed since then, because I think it seemed like, from what I know, which isn't a lot, they were just working on stuff that had already been in progress when the show was shut down. So again, could be wrong about that, but I think that's what's going on with it.
Where are the others? Shield's almost gone.
Yeah, this side definitely needs the Lancers and probably
Lancer frigate reporting. Unit in production.
this guy.
Choose your reinforcements. Let's go.
Gun them down. Watch for enemy ships. Go after them.
Your command, sir.
Regroup. I'm hit.
Take out the iron cannons.
For the Empire. We're being targeted.
Hypervelocity gun available.
Squad.
What needs to be HV gunned the most? Where was Akbar? Akbar's over here.
Hypervelocity cannon firing. Frigate here. Choose your reinforcements. This way.
My scopes are jammed. Watch him. He's coming around. Taking fire. Narrowing position.
Commander.
Where are the others? I've been hit.
Attack commencing.
Engines are malfunctioning.
It'd be nice if we could force them up a little bit more.
Roger that.
Here, you just focus on that one. You get into there.
Bombers at the ready. Form up. Attack.
Cover me now.
Fire at will.
Blasted scum.
Location confirmed.
Reporting.
Okay, they made it, so I'm going to try to take out those mines, get another ISD,
Vehicle in
a
production.
VSD, and that's good.
Destroyer
Finish
here.
him. Nowhere to go. Losing power. Watch your back.
Fire. Enemies in range.
Intercepting. Watch for enemy ships.
I feel a lot more inclined to fight over that middle, this thing here, now that the heroes are there. So I'm gonna say that I like that change, but thanks for watching, be frank. Glad you can make it out.
Fallout.
Because we do want different reasons to fight over different parts of the map. Like we want to add in a research station. Thanks, Firebox.
Regroup.
Copy. I copy.
I've got him.
Because the other faction units are interesting, but they're not really worth fighting over as much.
Upgrade in progress.
Yeah, that Majestic's getting in.
Can't switch position. Yes, sir. Commencing attack run.
Receiving message.
Hey, Blugan. How's it going?
Reporting. Our target priority is
Choose
the
your
laser cannon.
reinforcements.
Where's the best place to put it? I'll just drop it in behind here. Try to save the World Devastator some shots.
Our primary engine system is
Why
down.
did I build multiple?
Cancelled.
That was a waste.
Decoding transmission.
We're being
Vehicle in
targeted.
production.
Need a bit more on the fighter front.
Awaiting
And now, interdictor, mobilizer, field thingy.
Commander, they're hitting us.
Make a targeting satellite thing for access with her? Maybe.
Star Destroyer standing by.
I've got him.
Yeah, that could work, having it as a separate building that people have to capture.
Star Destroyer reporting in.
Like that.
Where'd he go? The lasers are our target.
At least to build it, because then I don't know that we'd be able to make it
Take out the iron cannons.
so that you have to still control it to fire it without that being like super annoying, but
Closing on target.
need a new screenshot for the thumbnails.
Down. Pursuing enemy forces.
I don't think we really did have that much more economy than them. We never really got established on both sides.
Our engines are gone, sir.
Because they had theirs and they had the middle. We had the right, but they started getting in on the left a bit more.
Our launch bay is
And at a
gone.
certain point, the economy, like, you're making more money than you're spending anyways.
Fire.
Hypervelocity gun available.
They're also getting a lot of bonuses out of Akbar, because we're not focusing on him
Awaiting order.
properly.
I'm on them.
Because that is a significant bonus.
Yes, Commander.
Nowhere to run.
Our lasers are destroyed. Our shields are down.
Hypervelocity gun available.
Falling out of formation.
Hypervelocity cannon firing.
Draw this.
Ready?
Fire.
Where are the others?
Attack formation.
It's not going to be enough? Probably not.
Go after the stragglers.
Will mine be enough?
Regroup for another attack.
They've taken out
What's
our
your favorite
launch bay.
Empire War mod to play besides Sun Revenge? The Stargate one, probably?
Sir,
Stargate, Phoenix Rising, and AOTR are the ones that I keep going back to for other
Star
mods.
Destroyer reporting in.
Choose your reinforcements.
I've got him. They're coming in quick.
Coming around.
Enemy craft.
Awaiting your orders. We've lost the iron cannons.
The World Devastators really aren't as useful, especially against
Taking fire.
a lot of fighters, too.
Commander, they're hitting us.
Awaiting your command. Open fire.
Space station damaged. Hypervelocity gun available.
How long are you planning on going now? Probably one more game,
Lasers have been destroyed.
depending on how long this one
Those
takes.
torpedo launchers must be destroyed. Moving to coordinates. The lasers are our target.
Shield's almost gone.
See if we can kill Akbar like that.
Taking fire.
Cruiser reporting. Flank speed. Where'd he go?
We needed to put a lot more effort into killing Akbar a lot earlier. Both Akbars.
Your command, sir. Our target priority is the laser cannons.
No, thanks, Rizzy. Shouldn't be too long now.
The gravity well generator has been destroyed. Main shields deactivated.
Choose your reinforcements.
Let's go.
Sir, ready for action. The ion cannons are our primary target.
Constructing unit.
Cover me now. To run. I've got him.
Yes,
Enemy
Commander.
ships.
I've got him.
Commence attack.
Commander, attack that target.
Go after them.
Akbar's still alive here because of reinforced windows.
Here.
Falling out of
Attack that
formation.
target.
Our launch
Station
bay
ready.
is gone.
Disable those ion cannons.
I'm hit.
Cruiser
Reporting in.
online.
The
I call me.
iron cannons are offline.
We're being targeted.
Roger that. The ion cannons are our primary target. primary engine system is down.
Engaging the enemy.
Roger that.
I'm on this one.
The lasers are our target. Targeting at maximum firepower.
I've got him.
The shields
Space
aren't holding.
station damaged.
Under control.
Our lasers are destroyed.
My scopes are jammed. Blasted scum.
Oh. Well, that crashed. I think that's when Isaiah left. Don't you think that hypervelocity cannon should be more devastating? They do a lot of damage, it's just you need some sort of follow-up on them. So I don't think they really need to do more. It's pretty annoying when they can just one-shot everything. So I'm pretty much okay with where they are right now. So I think we'll go to Onager, and I'll do New Republic, and we'll just do 2v2 for this one. You know what, it's actually been fine with 3v3, so I'll open it. Why not? Yeah, anyone can be in this one. We've already had, what, like 10 people in, so I think that probably most people who want to be in have probably had a chance. And then we're going to do it again next week, so we can just plug in there. Two v two v two. They tend to be a little bit more. A little longer. We can try. I'm not sure which map would it be. I don't know that there's any like super balanced maps for it, but it's for fun, so why not? We'll do 2v2v2. Give a Star Destroyer an attack command, and when they move and you hit stop, what do they shoot at? They shoot at whatever their targeting priority tells them to. Most ships and units have targeting priority set, so they'll go for whichever is the closest, I think, out of the closest of whichever class they're told. Generally, you can't start games if you only have the minor factions. If you only have factions beyond the third. Warlords. It's a weird thing about multiplayer.
Ready for action.
Unit in production. Beginning
Squadron
construction.
reporting. We're going in. Increase to full throttle.
I think our start here is probably the best one by a significant amount, but
Corona-class frigate reporting.
Choose your reinforcements.
Plotting course.
Corona-class frigate reporting.
Construction complete.
En route.
Moving out. Quick as a blaster.
Look out! Target's coming in
okay,
fast.
I'm gonna get our upgrades.
In progress.
Station ready.
Get him off me!
Unit in production.
Yes, sir. Awaiting your orders.
Oh, gladiators.
Corona-class frigate reporting.
Look out! Look out! I need help here! I can't hold out. Try not to let one on your tail. Blast, my stabilizer's broken. I need help here! At your command. We're drawing their fire. Got one. Try not to let one on your tail. Got one. That's got him.
All batteries fire.
Underway.
Anything to help, sir.
Look out!
Blow those guns clear off.
They're coming
Orbital
around.
command available.
I think I'll get an assault
Vehicle in
frigate.
production.
Loosen up.
Yes, sir.
Upgrade
Awaiting your
complete.
orders.
At your command. Watch your six. Ready for
Okay,
orders.
you two need to not be doing this.
Broadcast foils in attack position.
Isn't making Havens playable easier than introducing the CSA? Not really, because the Havens we have to design all their units, which is always
Corona-class
difficult.
frigate reporting.
I'll try and draw their fire.
Whereas the CSA, there's a lot of pre-existing stuff, plus a lot of new ground stuff that already has designs, a lot of options for space stuff that already has designs,
Calling for me, sir.
and the CSA are already in game, like they were in 2.2, but they're just more of a minor faction in that one, so it's not more difficult from a technical standpoint either.
Waiting orders.
And honestly, the coding aspect of adding in a faction isn't that bad.
Fire. Holding fire for maximum effect. We're drawing their fire. We're drawing their fire. Look out! Hold on. Listen up. They're coming around. On my tail. Encountering resistance. I've been hit. Our engine is down.
Reinforcements available.
At your command.
Unit
I
in
can afford it.
production. Unit in production.
Frigate reporting. Roger that. Order received.
So slow.
Warm up.
Receiving message.
Actually,
Unit cancelled.
yeah, let's get the BAC.
Mon calamari cruiser
Choose your
ready.
reinforcements.
Got one.
I really want to just send it in when it has no support, but
Affirmative.
at least getting it in position to go in. You ever had the B3 Ultra Battle? I don't think we don't have any current plans to. I don't know that we ever would. But generally, we're only trying to do the basic rosters that we've already announced right now, And then after that, once those are done, for future versions, we'll figure out where we want to prioritize other stuff. It's not impossible, but right now we are just focused on the ones that are announced, and we haven't really made any specific choices on other stuff we want to do in the future, because it can all change so much.
No good. I can't maneuver.
All craft attack.
I copy. Reporting. Decrease to full throttle. That's it.
Yep, I have seen the trailer for it.
The lasers are our target.
We're in Jedi.
Ready to command.
Yes, sir. Target confirmed. Y-wing standing by.
Yes, Commander.
Or BAC. Okay. Use power weapons now that your thing is down.
Guns charged.
Ready for action.
And I'll just get another one.
Vehicle in production.
Weapons operational.
Your orders?
Awaiting orders. Enemy spotted. Ready.
I'm in range.
Those torpedo launchers must be destroyed.
Enemy unit disabled. Look out.
Shield generator is lost.
I've got one on me.
Calamari.
Mwah, sending in a bunch of CR-90s to this fight.
Mon Calamari cruiser ready. They have disabled our lasers. Ready for command.
I can't see
All
him.
craft engage.
I'm in range. I've lost engine 2.
Assault
Sneaky,
brigadier.
sneaky.
Choose your reinforcements.
Setting course. Roger that. Take out their guns.
Bombers at the ready. Bombers reporting in.
Target those lasers.
Is anyone stopping the Maldrude, though? That's the real question.
We have them in our sights.
I can't shake him. Yes, Commander. Directing all fire
Assault
on the shield
brigadier.
generator.
Holding fire for
Station ready.
effect.
Constructing unit.
Standing by.
Unfortunately, Zingy, this will probably be the last match for today, but we will, most likely next weekend, have another community match.
Form up. Transfer
So there should be plenty of games for that one, too.
Roger that.
Awaiting orders. Affirmative. Copy.
I've been hit.
Open fire on those laser cannons.
Picking up signals.
Assault brigadier. I copy.
Yeah, we really don't have any... Actually, I think there's one
Generators.
3-team map that Rogue was working on that was pretty good. And the one we used for like the Me, Bob, and Pox game, that was decent. But this map will probably be removed from the game, so...
We're on the move.
It's just so asymmetrical.
Orbital command available.
Constructing unit.
In terms of the access to mines and stuff.
Order confirmed.
Keep your eyes open for those fighters. Proceeding.
Yes, Commander. Ready. The nebula is disrupting our sensors. The nebula is disrupting our sensors.
At your command. Receiving message.
Constructing
We'll get a
unit.
B.
Ready. Assault brigadier. Coming around.
Choose your reinforcements.
Moving ahead. Roger that. Ready to engage.
Stay on target.
Targeting at maximum firepower.
Do asteroids not damage frigates and such? Asteroids do damage frigates. They don't damage SSDs, though. That's the only thing that's changed.
Cruiser standing by. Copy. The nebula is disrupting our sensors. Cruiser responding. Ready to commence. Right away.
Watch for enemy fighters.
Guess we're just going straight down
Decoding transmission.
down the middle.
I copy. Attack. Fire. Ready.
No, fighters and bombers get in there.
Reporting. Squadron reporting. Standing by.
Don't wait for your friend.
Linked and ready. Ready
It'll be
for
fine.
orders.
Weapons charged. Forward.
Increase to full throttle.
Reporting.
Choose your reinforcements.
Move to that location.
Too close. I've got it lined up. Attack formation. Increase to full throttle.
Think your opponents watch the stream to cheat? Of course they do. How else are they ever supposed to beat me? Why else would I ever lose games if they weren't cheating?
Waiting orders. Hold on. Open fire. That's it. Scratch one.
Otherwise it would be like I was losing a game legitimately, and that's impossible.
Target.
V-Wing Squadron reporting. Yes! Open fire! Bring them down!
Station ready.
Besides, I get those sweet, sweet view analytics, so it all works out.
Cannons are. Target those lasers. Scratch one. Enemy unit disabled. Weapons are. Hold on. Swinging around. Watch your six. Attack that target. Formation. Stay in attack formation. Orbital command available.
Stay in attack formation. Stay in attack formation. Stay in attack formation. Stay in attack formation.
Try not to let one on your tail.
Attacking in formation.
Y-wing here. Awaiting orders. They're coming around. They're coming around. Assault frigate here. Formation. They're on me. Loosen up. That's it. Scratch one. I've got my approach vector. I've got my approach vector. We're too close. I'll try and draw their fire.
Oh, there's an allegiance there.
Weapons operational.
Mwahahaha.
Ready.
Got one on me. Enemy unit disabled. I can't hold on.
Our target priority.
Need to get our bombers over there.
Enemy sighted. Got one on me. I've got one on me. Coming in fast. Standing by. Form up. Awaiting orders.
Oh, it's an IPV they're shooting at. Couldn't see it.
Ready. I'm on it.
Mon Calamari cruiser here.
Alright, MC-80B is taking some heat, so I'm gonna need to get it as far up as I can and then activate the ability.
Shields to maximum. Mon Calamari cruiser ready. Direct fire on the engines.
We're drawing their fire. I've been hit. Copy. I should be there any moment now.
Building under construction.
Some sort of Imperial alliance.
At your command.
Unit in production.
What is going on with the Majestic's build icon?
Roger that.
Nebula clouds reporting in.
Choose
Dr.
your
Knickers?
reinforcements.
We're on our way.
Am I the only team member that didn't put my voice in the mod? I didn't know Knickers did.
Yes, Admiral.
Awaiting orders.
You know what they say, Vix or it didn't happen. Alright,
Squadron advance.
I get no reading.
that allegiance is now useless.
I copy.
Let's focus on the other stuff. No, I didn't do any, which you might have gathered from what I said after that, but I don't think I'm going to, because to me my voice would just sound weird.
Construction complete.
Reporting.
I don't think I'd be a good voice actor.
Awaiting orders. Form up. Open fire.
Except for the
I've got my prospector.
Kermit sub-mod that I need to do, or mini-mod that I need to do.
All fire on those ion cannons.
Targets incoming.
Reporting. Nebula class reporting in. Commencing attack.
I need help. I've been hit. I've got my prospector.
Awaiting orders.
Yes, sir. Starting my run.
Decoding transmission.
Attack formation.
Vehicle in production.
That's got him.
Yes, sir. Focus fire on the guns.
Majestic
Choose
cruisers
your
standing by.
reinforcements.
Prospector.
We're moving out.
Yes, Commander. Watch your six. Changing course to intercept. Ready. Flight systems engaged.
Cannons armed.
That's it. Scratch one.
Voice a Gungan Squad.
Prospector. An attack formation.
Republic leader hero, Jar Jar.
Help. I've been hit. Running out of maneuvers.
Star Destroyer here. Open fire.
Majestic cruisers standing by.
Weapons armed. The primary target is the engines.
Cover me. Y-Wing Squadron reporting.
Copy.
Enemy fighters incoming. Y-Wing standing by.
Nebula class on standby. Beginning our engagement.
At your command. Enemy unit
Choose your reinforcements.
moving into position.
Ready for action.
Full throttle. Keep your eyes open. I need help. I'm in range. I'm getting torn apart.
We did give Crimson VSTs some extra hard points. Technically, they're supposed to be the same, and we might actually just make it that. But Jar Jar is a Sith Lord. Why would you make him a Republic hero? Because Darth Sidious was a
Your orders.
Sith Lord, and he's going to be a Republic hero, or Palpatine.
Primary target.
We've lost our
Bombers at
shield.
the ready.
Nebula class reporting in.
That's got him.
I copy. Attack.
Attack formation. Watch your six. I've been hit. That's got him. Hold on. At your command.
Choose your reinforcements.
Moving out. I've got him lined up.
Our lasers are inoperable.
I've got him in the right spot.
Yes,
I refuse to dignify that with a response.
commencing attack.
Waiting orders. Our target priority. Assault Brigadier. Lasers are our target.
Ready for command.
Our engine is down.
Commencing attack.
Watch your six.
Station ready.
I've been hit.
Upgrade in progress.
I'm under attack. I've been hit.
Standing by.
At your command.
Ready for your signal.
Choose your reinforcements.
On my way. Try not to let one on your tail. Decrease to full throttle.
Reinforcement available.
Attack formation. That's it. Bombers
Space
reporting in.
station under attack.
At your command.
Ready. Target those lasers.
Choose your reinforcements.
Right away.
Roger that.
Attack formation.
The shields going down from power to weapons just makes it really easy to take out the VSTs.
Attacking.
There's nothing really there to tank it for him.
Roger that. On my way. Responding. Can you see the
Waiting orders. Orders received.
I've got my prospector. Decrease to full throttle.
Orbital command available.
Ion cannon available.
Copy.
Scratch one.
Roger that.
Copy.
I copy. Setting course.
I'm right with you.
At your command. Primary target acquired.
Ion cannon fired.
Receiving message.
Reporting. We're on the move.
Roger that.
Decoding transmission. Locked on.
Reporting.
Choose your reinforcements.
I think we'll be okay.
Awaiting orders.
Blast, my stabilizer's broken loose.
Space station damaged.
Ready for action.
Stay in attack formation.
Yeah, I might have to send something actually in here to help it. Uh-oh. Oh, we're good.
I can't hold out. I can't hold
Frigate
out.
reporting.
Nebula class on standby.
Y-wing here.
Degrees to full throttle.
Yes, sir.
Station ready.
Get him off me.
Vehicle in production.
I've been
I don't think Pox did any voices.
Orbital command available.
I tried to stay as uninvolved as possible in it.
Cannons armed.
I just basically trusted Way Lawful,
Firing.
and he did a good job. Everyone did a good job with the voices and stuff, so
Reporting.
I just let that happen and focused on the other parts of the mod where my input would be more valid.
Yes. Fire all cannons.
At your command.
scanner contact.
Open fire.
Weapons armed.
Stay in attack formation. Target's coming in fast.
Repairing.
Loosen up.
Receiving
Target's
message.
coming in fast. Too close. Blast, my stabilizer's broken loose. Someone's on my tail.
I mean, he may have done it. I just don't know.
Yes, sir.
There's plenty of them that I haven't heard yet.
Engines at full. Yes, Commander.
Your orders, sir? Armed and ready. All power to the engines.
Decoding transmission. The lasers are our target.
Yeah, I should have sent that MC-80B over to our base.
Form up.
Hey, Cobra Commander, how's it going? Glad you could make it.
Should we go around for another pass? Shoot him down!
Repairing.
Ready for action.
Where's our cover? I've lost engine 2. That's got him.
Is it possible or effective to fight a Zuri push? You can probably build enough Corvettes that it's probably not. With the 120 pop cap change, it might be. But then you can still build enough Corvettes to counter that.
Reinforcements available.
Try and draw their fire.
Space station under attack.
See if we can save this with our Nebula.
Station ready.
I've got one on me.
Upgrade in progress.
Orbital command
Repairing.
available.
I've lost engine
Assault
2.
frigate here. Enemy spotted.
I've got one on me.
Nebula class
Choose your
on standby.
reinforcements.
At your command.
I need help. Stay in attack formation.
How many squadrons do Quasars have? 4.
Standing
Quasars have 4. Escort carriers, do they have 4 or 6?
Torpedo launcher is offline.
Quasars definitely have 4.
Look out.
Calling for me,
Repairing.
sir.
Need help. We're drawing their
Star
fire.
Destroyer here. Take out their weapon battery.
I've been hit.
Alright, so the Greater Maltrude went for the Natalie White strategy.
Commencing attack.
Keep your eyes open.
Open fire.
Ready. Moving ahead.
Stay in attack formation. Crossfire.
The launch bay is
Stay in
disabled.
attack formation. Loosen up.
Survivor reference.
Stay in attack formation. Crossfire. Scanner contact behind me.
Nebula class on standby.
Enemy unit
A
disabled.
laser bank has been lost.
Survivor is basically my favorite show, so a lot of what I reference on the channel is Survivor related. But anyways, that was fun, so thanks for coming out to the first stream back, everyone. We will again be getting back into a regular stream schedule, so the first schedule video, one of the things I'm thinking of doing is doing a video every Monday that'll have the stream schedule and then include the AMA answers in that, and I'll continue the AMA part for as long as we have AMA questions. But yeah, so that'll be coming on Monday, and then we'll have streams like we used to coming back to the channel now. So community matches will be becoming more regular. Other streams will be happening again. We'll get back into RimWorld, but we do have some other Empire War stuff coming up this week. We'll probably start a new series looking at the NJO submod for Thrawn's Revenge. So this is a mod made by LEGO Star Wars EU, who has converted 2.1 into the NJO setting. So that should all be coming up soon. Thanks for watching, everyone. But that's gonna do it for now. So see you next time. Bye.